What's up with you now, Sandy?
Well, thanks for having me back. Well, let's see. Since we've spoken last, yeah, I had some really cool projects and some cool updates. So I have a Banner Health commercial that's running. I think it's actually still running. So
It is.
yeah, it's playing on network TV in Arizona, Wyoming, and Colorado. And I play a doctor. It's a really nice spot. So it opens up with my patient who is like crying. You see these tears coming down her eyes. And I'm comforting her and telling her, that healing takes time, but that we'll get there. And it's pretty cool because I've seen the spot myself. Some days I'll see the spot 2 or 3 times, during Suns games, during the news. And I've also seen it like when you go on Google, sometimes those little Google ads come up. So I've seen it pop up on there. And then my girlfriend told me she was watching YouTube videos and she caught it on there. So
The funny thing is, I saw it this morning.
no, literally.
I turned on the Roku this morning in the
Oh, how
family
cool.
room, and
Oh,
it was on the Roku channel, one of the Roku channels. It just popped up.
they keep renewing it. So I'm pretty excited. And, we talked a little bit about, from an actor standpoint, staying fluid and being open to change and everything. So one thing I did want to, if I've got some actors watching this podcast, that audition, was the initial audition was in person. And that was thanks to my agency, Danny's agency and Garth Williams Casting. But the callback was done via Zoom. So, and I booked it. And I only say that because I know there are still some actors that are really hesitant about self-tapes and Zooms. They don't like it. They're not comfortable. They think they're not going to book. And so, I just want to remind people that, it's hard to adjust sometimes, but it's so worth it. And people are booking via Zoom. I had the Zoom callback with all the directors and producers. There were probably like 7 people in the room. And it was perfect. And I ended up booking a great gig. So I just encourage everyone to really be open to learning new technology and, continuing to learn anything.
I'm proud of you because we worked together on the Cupid series for a bit,
Yes.
and you were very helpful on that. And it's nice to see someone from that series doing as well as you're doing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was super fun. I look forward to resuming that with you. It was, you taught me some things about the world of supernatural phenomenon that I didn't know. So that was cool. And then I also want to give a shout out. So I had a nice role in a movie called Condition of Return. Tommy Stovall is the filmmaker. And that is going to premiere at the Sedona International Film Festival. I want to say February 25th.
You are very busy right now.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I'm super, super lucky. And then I think the last time we spoke, I had talked to you about a film that I had recently finished called Glass Walls. And that is now streaming on Tubi. So I'm pretty sure it's still on Amazon Prime for people who subscribe to that service. But if you don't, I don't know if everyone knows about Tubi, but it's a free service.
Yes.
And there's a lot of great movies on there and TV shows and content. And I think that there actually is some content that is produced specifically for that platform, kind of like Amazon Originals. And so the director, Jeff Brewer, just told us that is also streaming on Tubi. So,
yeah. Well, if you have a Roku device like I do have Tubi on there.
Oh, cool.
And I've seen a lot of locally independent films shown on it too.
Oh, nice.
So that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah. Very cool.
Do you have any words of wisdom for those starting out in acting or content creation or whatever? What do you have to say? Because you do a lot of TikTok videos, you do a lot of Instagram things as well. What kind of words of wisdom do you have?
Sure. Lately I've been thinking a lot, so there's so much advice about, training and there's so much advice out there. So number one, I was going to say, I really encourage people to be careful who you take advice from. There's a lot of people that prey on, especially new actors.
Yeah.
And, with the interesting thing about show business is that it really is a business. So there are so many great artists and actors out there. And, you have to always work on your craft, train, coach, practice, learn the technology. But you do really have to learn how to navigate the business. And part of that is, to be wary. If you're watching Instagram videos or TikTok from people claiming to be like acting coaches or whatever, it's so easy. Look them up on IMDb. You can look at their credentials. You can see, if they are an actor themselves, do your research, because a lot of people, it sounds like they're giving great advice. And a lot of people are like kind of into these shortcuts to success. And there really are no shortcuts to success. So that's one thing that
I say, if it's too good to be true,
exactly,
it's more than likely too good to be true.
Exactly.
And if you've never heard of these people before, be wary.
Right. But you'd be surprised, Rod, like so many, because some of them are so charming and they sound legit. So, people get sucked in. The other thing is, I think I can't stress enough the importance of having and surrounding yourself with good people that support you, because you will have so many people that will not support you or will only support you when you're doing well. So like for myself, like my husband is like my partner and my rock. He's not an actor, but he will read for me for auditions. He will help me with equipment, like whatever it takes. He will help me fly to wherever I have to fly for an audition or a gig. And that's super important, because I also see out there a lot of people who, they'll post success stories out on Facebook or Instagram, whatever. And so when they're doing well or something good is happening, then, they're flooded with support. But it's, you really have to surround yourself with the people that are going to be there for you when you're at your lowest, when you're like, oh my God, can I do this? I want to quit. I'm not good enough. This is scary. You need your tribe around you to help you get through those times. Otherwise, the mental, you have to be really mentally strong to be an artist.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah,
I have a Rebecca in my life who she is behind me a lot. She's the rock.
Yes. Now, is she an artist as well? Is she?
She does creative things, but she's not into filmmaking or anything like that.
But supportive.
But she is very supportive. She wants to get involved too, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's amazing. Yes, I love that.
Yes. So, any final thoughts you want to relay to the audience?
Final thoughts. I mean, I think it's kind of like what we talked about the last time, take care of your body and mind, because again, any endeavor, whether you're an actor or you're just like an entrepreneur or you're a dreamer of any kind, you really have to take care of yourself, because you're going to be in it for the long haul. And I think mentally, it's so important to remember that, success does not usually go in a straight line. I mean, occasionally it does. Sometimes we hear these crazy stories of people who, they were never an actor before and they got discovered and they blew up, or like a singer. And sure, it does happen sometimes, but not likely to happen, so you really have to be in it for the long haul. And you have to realize that, you're going to have 2 steps forward. You might have 3 steps back, but it's okay. Success, like I said, it does not go in a straight line. And try to quiet the noise in your head, because again, people will go on social media specifically and they'll look at people posting all these great wins. Oh, I got all these great auditions. I got a new agent, I'm booking left and right. And that could be true. But what you're not always seeing is, the heartache and the rejection and the time that person put in, or, maybe the sacrifices in their personal life. So I think it's really important not to ever compare yourself to anybody else, just be on your own journey and be proud of your own journey. And, don't try to compete with anybody but yourself.
Thank you, Sandy. Thanks for coming back and giving us an update on you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Rod.
And we look forward to seeing more from you in the future.
All righty. I'm happy to share.